Hi, I'm Andrea Lilienfeld.
And I'm Julie Jarmiolowski. We're with the K Grant Group and My Home Group, and today we are at Optima Camleview with Francisco Velazquez. Francisco's company is VM Construction and Remodeling, of course it is. And he is one of the premier contractors here in Optima. Francisco, how many units have you remodeled here?
For the age working here, we've been remodeled for like 30, 35 units.
Wow. What are you currently doing?
Right now we have 8 units on file, so we're working in 8 units at the same time. It's kind of hard, but yes, we have a lot of units we're doing right now.
That's amazing, and I have to tell you, if you're looking at remodeling a condo, especially here at Optima Camleview, it is so important that you're working with someone that knows what does the HOA require. What do you need for permitting or approval prior to going in and saying, let's start demo.
Exactly. And this is your guy.
Thank you. No, thank you for giving me the opportunity to work with you, definitely. And yes, again, I have quite a few years experience here at Optima, and I'm happy to help you.
So how did you get started in contracting?
So this is a fun story. I started working with a builder in 2005. Basically, I started in the first building, which is the 57 building, and I was in charge on doing drywall and painting. So 2010, we almost finished the project. I decided to be my own boss and start working here for clients, call me to, light remodel, and then we were on up. So right now we have a few crews doing demo, painting, whatever we call countertops, new cabinetry. So yes, that's how we started this business here.
That's awesome. And Francisco has agreed to allow us to follow he and his crew along for the next several weeks or months through a remodel of one of our clients' recent purchases. This is a 1-bedroom, 1.5 bath unit, and he's going to walk through it with Andrea right now and kind of give an overview of what he and the client are working towards, and then we'll follow along step by step over the next several weeks.
So what do you say? Let's get started.
This project is going to be really interesting because this unit, one of the particular units here in Optima, is only a few, and the whole complex comes with a half bathroom and basically shower. I mean, many by half bathrooms with that 1-bedroom unit comes only with like toilet, no shower. But this is really particular unit and will be a really interesting unit after this done.
Let's go check it out.
So one of the first things the client said he wanted to change, I know, is the flooring, both in here and in the bedroom where there's carpet. Can you tell us a little bit about what does that process look like when you're in a condo and you have neighbors below you and the whole works?
Well, yes, Optima basically is really particular in sound test, basically, and noise for neighbors. Neighbors are really important when you live in a condominium, so it requires sound test. And in this case, what we should do, what we're gonna basically do is prepping the floor with a sound pad to avoid passing the test. So these are a special 5mm rubber soundproofing pad. Basically, that's glued down into the concrete. After that, we can basically put any kind of floor you want: tile, wood floor, vinyl, or even laminate flooring. So at this point, this unit, as you see right now, is laminate flooring. So we have to demo everything, removing that sound pad because we don't know what exactly is underneath, and do it the right way.
So one question we get a lot of times is, do we have to have carpet in the bedroom? Because there's a lot of different communities that the HOA says carpet has to be in the bedroom. It can't change because they stack the bedrooms on top of each other. What is Optima's stance on that?
Well, not really. Optima is not really particular in that. It's basically in that case, the only thing requires a sound test again. So at this point, it's your option. Many people like carpet, especially in the winter. So when they want to wake up, they want to step on the carpet or something warm. So many people don't like carpet, especially when they have a pet. So carpet's try to order or like get it really quick. So many people want tile. Again, it's up to you. At this point, Optima doesn't basically say something about your interior unit. The only thing required is basically sound test.
That's amazing, especially since Optima does allow pets. So walking around, I'm sure you see all the time, they're trying to think about things for their pets.
Correct, yes. No,
So when we go through this way, I think it's interesting to see how are they turning a one bedroom into a two bedroom, because you can't expand like you do in a single family home, right? This is your square footage. So can we maybe walk over and see what are they picturing or where are they going to configure?
sure,
That
definitely.
Perfect, wonderful. So right now we're standing as you first walk in. You can see here, this is probably the area they had as a dining room before. You put a table because it's right here by the kitchen. But the owner of this unit is a very fun thought. Like, how does he want to use this space? Can you go through what he's envisioning and how you can make that work for him?
Sure, definitely. Well, as you can see, this space is pretty size to pair room, which is, this unit again is really particular because you have this space in here and you have, let's say, it's called living room, that area there, but you have too much room. For the size of the unit, I don't think so this space will be good to have a formal dining room. So the owner wants basically to convert this to a second bedroom, which is more convenient. So basically we're gonna close this here, having a door right here, and it's pretty good size to have a bed or office or privacy, you know. And then this wall, again, for the size of the unit, we can have a small table over there for chairs, will be perfect, and plenty of room for the living room. So.
Okay, and so once you wall this off, I guess one question I have is there some sort of approval you need to get from the HOA to actually add additional walls inside the unit here at Optima? Or is that really up to the owner's discretion what they want?
Correct. Yes, again, from the door inside, you can basically do, let's say, wherever you want. So at this point, without affecting any structure of building or basically that door, many times people want to replace the doors, you cannot do that. But from that door inside, basically you can do whatever you want.
That's awesome. One of the cool things I think when you go around the different units, they're also different. Because the owner can make them what they want. They dream it and you make it a reality, right?
Yep, definitely. We've been working in some challenging units and it turns out really nice. Really amazing after that.
That's amazing. So when you look at the kitchen then, what are they thinking? Because there's going to be a wall here. It's hard to imagine, but
correct.
There'll be a wall here. So what is he thinking as far as size of the island, this area?
Yes, well, the owner wants a room basically here, and for that compromise the kitchen. Unfortunately, right now, as you can see, this is the sink, this big cabinet in here. So it's just gonna be a wall right here for that room. We're gonna remove this countertop, we're gonna remove this cabinet, and again, for the size of the unit, you know, big island. So we're gonna keep this big cabinet, which is a sink, dishwasher, and a convenient drawer setup cabinet right here. Plenty of room for the space in here. We're gonna replace countertops. These cabinets stay. We're gonna replace all the countertops in here as well. So yeah, basically, and it's gonna get plenty of appliances as well.
It's going to be quite the difference.
Definitely right.
So earlier you mentioned that this is one of the only one-bedroom units that they've actually made the half bath a full bath. And so can we take a look at what that looks like and what he's thinking, just to show?
Yeah, again, these units with one bedroom, you just come in only with, let's say, half a bathroom, just toilet for business, for business. But this bathroom comes with a shower, which is surprised me when I see the unit. Like, wow, this is one of the units.
And that makes it so nice. So when your guests come, especially now we're having room for it, the second you build a second bedroom, you know it's going to be filled with guests.
Yes.
They now will have their own shower versus needing to come into your master suite area for that. So is the owner planning on doing some remodeling in this bathroom as well, with the look of the shower, the vanity, anything like that?
Correct. This is gonna be a full remodel. What we call full remodel is take everything out. It's gonna be new cabinets in the bathroom, new countertops, new tile in the shower, new valve in the shower. So basically all the fixtures, like the shower head, handle, everything is gonna be new. So
Okay.
new light fixtures, it's gonna be new toilet, new flooring. As you can see, you have travertine, everything.
What about the door?
This
Are they
door,
gonna-
no, that laundry room door stays.
Okay.
That door, that glass door is gonna be new custom because
Okay.
unfortunately we can't really use that door. It's gonna be new. This door for privacy, we might keep it.
Okay.
For right now, we're gonna remove it and we're gonna install a new doors. But for
Okay.
right now, for privacy,
Yeah.
yeah, this is gonna be a door.
Okay.
The other doors outside, like in this case, this one is gonna be a bar door. Bedroom is gonna be a bar door. The master bedroom is gonna be bar door. So basically, this is bedroom. So for privacy,
Yeah,
we can lock it,
that
so
makes
it won't be like
sense.
just normal door. But it's gonna be new.
Okay, wonderful. So you mentioned the master bathroom, or bedroom. Why don't we go take a look at that? To the patio.
Yes.
What is the owner picturing with this? Flooring, lighting? I know you mentioned you're gonna change out the doors.
Correct. Yeah, basically, as you can see, that's one of the reasons people don't like carpet. It's get dirty,
Yeah.
this is how and you can see. So in this room is gonna be floor, matching floor throughout. The whole unit is gonna be same floor. It's gonna be big porcelain. Yes, here, this bedroom is really big. We're gonna have a LED 4 inches can lights everywhere.
Okay.
So doors is gonna be, again, we're gonna replace the doors. Closet, we're gonna remove right now it's wired, so he's gonna do custom closet. So, you know, like shelving and you have 2 closets, it's gonna be move everything in there.
Wonderful. So you mentioned LED can lights.
Correct.
In some condos, I know you have to have special LED can lights because you don't have enough room in between upstairs neighbors and you. What about here in Optima? What do you need to use for those?
Correct, that's good to know. Yes, unfortunately, Optima doesn't have lower ceilings. Some ceilings are so high, 9 foot
Yeah.
high, and between the ceiling and the concrete deck for the floor above, we have just tight space. So we come out with a special flash mount LED light, so which is basically really thin, fits anywhere. Gives you the look of a can light, but basically it's an actual light. I mean, like a can light, but it's
Yeah.
an LED. So and that fits anywhere you want. So it doesn't require to have a lower ceiling. So it can go anywhere you want. Like in here, you see this lower ceiling, you see that high ceiling. It doesn't matter. Many sockets in here are for a reason. So it's a beam right here, and many people like to have that light right there.
Yeah.
Be able to do it.
Wonderful, and I think this is one thing for all of our viewers, anyone that lives in Optima, thinking about buying, to keep in mind. This is why you want someone that does remodels here. You don't want to go and buy 30 can lights, bring them in, and all of a sudden they don't fit.
Correct.
So by working with Via Construction and Remodeling, they're gonna save you all those headaches. They can give you that information and tell you, okay, here's what you need to buy for this. We know we've remodeled dozens and dozens of units to give you that insight.
Yes, definitely. That we can help with anything and any most like full remodel.
So the last question I have for you, if someone's getting ready to remodel their unit, what is really the first step? Is it to contact you to do a walkthrough? Is there paperwork with the HOA? What do you recommend for day one? I'm thinking of remodeling a unit.
Correct. Well, I know that new owners are so excited to do some changes in the unit, so they are really excited to start working on it. But no, everything requires a process. So definitely, when let's say you're ready, you buy your unit, you're ready to do some changes. So you can walk the unit, see what exactly he wants, or they want basically, and then if many times people want some stuff, unfortunately we cannot do. We explain, we go through and say like, no, you can do this, you cannot do this. Unfortunately, this building is metal structure. So some beams, some columns, we cannot remove, we cannot work. This is a building structure, we cannot. The good thing is because we built this property, it doesn't have low bearing walls. Low bearing wall, for many people don't know, is basically a support wall. You don't have to worry about it here. So you can move anything, even electrical panels. Let's say if you want to remove a wall and it's an electrical panel right there, we move it. So to make it more open for plan or whatever. Of course, it involves a little more work, but definitely we can do it. We go over with the client, helping and advising and telling what we can do and we cannot do. And after that, so we give him a formal bid with all basically the material specifications, measurements, and all that stuff. So he looked at the bid, approved it, and then we're going to start the process with the H-Way. All the information is already in the system, so the H-Way requires permit for any job and Optima, either for painting, for drywall repairs, for anything. So again, and for that you require a license and certified with insurance, about $1 million insurance, and license to work in here in this property. So we basically have everything ready and the system. So you give us a call and we're ready to help you.
I love it. So we're excited over, like Julie said earlier, the next couple of weeks, month, moving forward, we're going to show you every step of the way right here with Francisco, showing here's exactly what we need to do, here's why. But in the meantime, if you have any questions at all about the remodeling process, about Optima Camleview, reach out to Julie and I. We would absolutely love to help you, and we can help put you in contact with Francisco, set a meeting to make sure you know exactly what you can and can't do for next steps. So stay tuned and we'll have more.
Definitely.